Going to.
It's time.
Question number 10, Honourable David Cunliffe.
Thank you, Mr Speaker. Question is to the Minister of Revenue. Why has the government...
Order. Members can start again.
Thank you, Mr Speaker. Why has the government decided not to change the fringe benefit taxation of employer-provided car parks in Auckland and Wellington, but to leave in place proposals to tax cell phones and laptops?
Honourable Peter Dunn.
Mr Speaker, the reason for the car park decision was made clear in yesterday's joint press release with the Minister of Finance. The proposals to review the tax treatment of the use of cell phones or laptops were included in an official's issues paper reviewing the wider treatment of employee allowances and other expenditure payments. The government has made no decisions on any of these issues, but is currently undertaking consultation on whether the existing law needs to be updated. With regard to cell phones and laptops, I will not be recommending any change to their current treatment unless the consultation process highlights anomalies or inconsistencies that need to be resolved in the interests of fairness and equity.
Supplementary question, Honourable David Cunliffe.
Mr Speaker, to the Minister of Revenue, what due diligence was done on the compliance costs of the car park tax prior to Cabinet approval and his lodging SOP number 167 on the livestock valuation tax bill, and did this concur with independent analysis that showed the compliance costs would be far higher than the revenue gained from the tax?
Honourable Peter Dunn.
Consistent with the generic tax policy process, which has been in place since the mid-1990s, the announcement was made early last year that we were considering such a proposal. An issues paper was released. Submissions were invited upon that issues paper. As a result of that issues paper, recommendations were made to the Cabinet which were included in legislation. The groups that led the campaign that became prominent last week did not make any submissions to any of those documents at any earlier stage.
Supplementary question.
Point of order, Mr Speaker.
Point of order, Honourable David
Mr
Cunliffe.
Speaker, I seek leave to table a letter from the New Zealand Institute of Economic Research where it has identified gaps in the government's analysis which prevent the paper from being, quote, required, reasonable or robust, and concludes that it's not clear at all from the regulatory impact statement that the proposed solutions are superior to the status quo.
The date of the entire
and the date of that letter, sir, is 7 March 2013.
27 March. OK. Leave us sought to table that. Any objection? Yes, there is.
Point of order, Mr Speaker.
Point of order.
Mr Speaker, I seek leave to table a document from Lock and Partners Accountants estimating that the compliance cost of the car parks tax is roughly double the revenue that it would bring
leave us sought to table an opinion from Lock and Partners. There is objection.
Supplementary question, Mr Speaker.
Supplementary question, Honourable David Cunliffe.
Mr Speaker, to the Minister of Revenue. What due diligence has therefore been conducted on his next proposal to tax cell phones, tablets and laptops? And does he expect, quote, even stronger, close quote, opposition to this, such as the more than 90% of stuff poll respondents who oppose the iPad tax and the proposed campaign by the Employers and Manufacturers Association?
Honourable Peter Dunn.
Mr Speaker, I'll answer two of the three questions contained in that. Firstly, the quote that the member referred to was mine, so of course I stand by it. Secondly, with regard to the development of the proposals relating to iPads, cell phones, etc., they are more to do with the consistency of the application of the tax rules than any revenue gain. The member may not have noticed, but technology has moved substantially in recent years, and there are anomalies with an existing tax law in terms of their treatment. That was what the consultation process was about seeking to resolve. As I said in my primary answer, if I cannot be satisfied that there will be fair and equitable outcomes as a result of that, I will not be recommending any change to the existing arrangements.
Point of order, Mr Speaker.
Point of order, Honourable David Cunliffe.
Mr Speaker, I seek leave to table an email from the Employers and Manufacturers Association dated 18 March yesterday, sir, which notes the start of a new campaign against the taxation of work cell phones.
Who was the email to? Who was the email to?
The email is a circular email to the membership of the Employers and Manufacturers Association.
Leave us sought to table such an email. Is there any objection? Yes, there is.
Point of order, Mr Speaker.
Point of order, Honourable David Cunliffe.
Mr Speaker, this one is internet-based but not generally available, sir. I seek leave to table a snapshot of the Stuff Online poll that shows 90.5% of respondents
that is available
the cell phone tax.
Order. That is available if members so wanted.
Only if they voted, sir. Mr Speaker, supplementary question.
Supplementary question, Honourable David Cunliffe.
Mr Speaker, to the Minister of Revenue, does he agree with Prime Minister John Key's statements immediately before the House today that, quote, there is virtually no chance of laptop and cell phone tax going ahead, close quote, and if he does agree with that, will he now commit to withdrawing this bizarre tax proposal?
Mr Speaker,
Honourable Peter Dunn.
The member should listen before reverting to invective. What I said in my primary answer was I would not be recommending that this tax proceed unless there were significant issues of fairness and equity that could be resolved as a result of the change. That remains the position. I think it's entirely consistent with what the Prime Minister said, and it's a proper and responsible way to approach these issues.
Supplementary question, Mr Speaker.
Supplementary question, Honourable David Cunliffe.
To the Minister of Revenue, did the Prime Minister consult him before ruling out the cell phone tax at 1.55 today? And if so, and he was consulted, why did he not withdraw the barking mad tax himself rather than wait for the Prime Minister to do it?
Order. Honourable Peter Dunn.
Mr Speaker, I have had a number of discussions in recent days with the Prime Minister on these matters, but I want to make the point clear to the member who seems unwilling or incapable of understanding it. This is not a government proposal. It is a suggestion out there for consultation by Inland Revenue. And when that member was the Associate Minister of Revenue in a previous Labor government, I recall him issuing an issues paper relating to a capital gains tax on people's offshore savings that I had to tidy up when I became the Minister.
Order, Mr Speaker.
Point of order, Honourable David.
Mr. Speaker.
Order.
Mr Speaker, I seek leave to table...
Order. A point of order has been raised and I want to hear what it is.
Mr Speaker, I seek leave to table a statement by the Honourable Dr Michael Cullen, which shows that he considered but rejected the same tax the Honourable Peter Dunn has just floated on the grounds of excessive compliance.
What date is the...
The date, sir, is 2005.
No, that's not necessary. Question... Point of order?
I don't understand why that wasn't within order to be tabled.
Because it was a press release done many years ago.
It wasn't a press release, was it?
Yes, it was.
Pardon me, point of order is speaking to the...
No, look, I can only deal with one point of order at the time. Honourable David Cunliffe.
In answer to the Speaker's question, sir, it was an excerpt from a speech given by the Minister in approximately August 2005.
Was it a speech given in the House?
By the then Minister of Finance and Revenue, the Honourable Dr Michael Cullen. No, sir, publicly.
Listen, the easiest way to resolve this is leave has been sought to table a speech from Dr Michael Cullen. Is there any objection? Yes, there is. Question number 11, Melissa Lee.